So, for those of you that want something completely different from Batman v Superman's dark and gritty and grim tone, Supergirl might be the show for you. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Supergirl Season 1. That's right, I'm not just talking about one episode, I'm not talking about the finale, I'm talking about the entire season in general because Season 1 just wrapped. I just watched the season finale, which I really enjoyed, by the way. I really thought it was a really strong episode, definitely one of its strongest throughout the entire season and very emotional too. I really enjoyed it. And now that I gave you my opinion on the finale, I want to give my whole opinion on the entire season as a whole because why not? So let's get through this. What did I think of it? First of all, Melissa Benoist as Supergirl, aka Kara Zor-El. What did I think of her? I thought she was a really great Supergirl. Probably the best live action Supergirl we've gotten to date. And this is coming from someone who I didn't like the Supergirl movie. I think it's one of the most boring movies, especially in terms of superheroes. One of the most boring movies ever made. Terrible. But Helen Slater was a really good Supergirl. I'm not going to deny that. I thought that she was really strong. Laura Vandervoort, who played Kara on Smallville, was also really good. But she didn't feel too much like Supergirl to me. She felt like someone who was on a mission and she was tough and all that, and she never really quite felt like Supergirl. I always looked at it as a different interpretation of that character that we haven't seen before. But this is the Supergirl how I thought the Helen Slater films kind of got it that way, but with a more enjoyable setting and a more enjoyable TV series to go along with this character. And I really felt she pulled through all the way. I think the finale was definitely that episode that really showcased how good she was in this role and how much she really uh, elevated the show in a lot of ways. Of course, with a great leading character, you also have to have great supporting characters. And thankfully, Supergirl has quite a bit of great supporting characters. First off, there's Alex Danvers, and she's the character's Supergirl's sister. And I thought she was a great supporting character, always there for her sister, always trying to protect her. Even though her sister is clearly the stronger one of the two, it was cool seeing this woman who was just your average woman, but she was a badass because she worked in the military. She had some military background there, and she could kick ass on her own right. I mean, when she took down Supergirl's aunt, that was a big moment for this character, and I thought really showed what a badass this character can be. She doesn't care what she goes after, as long as it's for her sister and for her planet. She's going to do whatever it takes. We also got the surprising John Jones, aka the Martian Manhunter, who was undercover for the first majority of the season, for the first maybe 6-7 episodes, and then finally he revealed himself. There was a lot of speculation that that's who he was going to turn out to be, and the biggest clue to that was the glowing red eyes. And I gotta say, I love that this character was on this show. The Martian Manhunter, especially if he's not going to be, used in the films. I'm glad the TV shows are using him. And this is the Martian Manhunter that I always wanted to see, because Smallville also had the character of the Martian Manhunter, but they didn't use him the same way. We got more of his true form in this show than we did in all of his episodes in Smallville. So, which was only like one episode for like a second, that when we got his Green Martian form. This show actually gave us multiple episodes with John Jones in his Martian form, and it was fantastic, especially here in the finale, seeing him fight side by side with Kara was great. We also have Winshot, who I think that's how you pronounce his last name, who's the son of Toyman, we find out later on in the season. And I thought he was a good character. I thought he was very Cisco-ish, like. He was like the tech genius, I guess, and he was always there for Kara. In the beginning, it seemed like they had like this love triangle that they were trying out in the beginning, but thankfully I think they dropped that later on in the season. So I hope to see his character progress a little bit more, and please stay away from the love triangle. We don't need that. We also have Jimmy Olsen, James Olsen, if you want to call him that. And, I like the character in this show, but to me, I've said this before in some of the episode reviews that I've done for the show. To me, he just never felt actually like Jimmy Olsen that we were supposed to know. I never felt that charm that Jimmy is supposed to have. He had some sort of charm there, but it wasn't the charm that Jimmy Olsen is known for. That geeky quality, but charming at the same time, But this one felt very confident, and maybe next season they can give us a flashback, maybe, of his past self, showing what he was like when he was working at the Daily Planet with Lois and Clark and all those guys. But I have a feeling they won't, because they don't want to get those characters involved. I think they want to keep it separate from those Superman characters and have Supergirl stand on its own. But I think they should embrace the Superman aspect of it and maybe even show Superman for an episode or so. I like that the first season kept Superman out of it for the most part. We only saw glimpses of him. Even here in the finale, we saw Superman's feet, and he was there lying down, but we didn't really get to see him fully. They tease us with him a little bit here and there. And maybe next season is the season to bring him in. If not next season, then I hope for sure in season 3. We also got a lot of really cool villains and a couple of cheesy ones here and there. Most notably, Livewire and Silver Banshee were a little cheesy-ish during the Flash and Supergirl crossover. But for the most part, I thought it was... a lot of villains were interesting, and a lot of villains were lame. And Maxwell Lord, obviously being the Lex Luthor clone for this show, he's definitely the Lex Luthor of this show. He, I guess, stood out, and it looks like he's plotting something there, seeing at the end of the finale he was conspiring something, it looked like, with General Lane. So I guess we're going to have to see what happens next season with that. Speaking of the Flash and Supergirl crossover, I definitely hope we get to see another crossover next season. That was definitely one of the fun episodes of this season. And even though I thought the episode was a little cheesy here and there, I feel that it was also fun at the same time. And I would love to see Arrow get on here too. Bring on Arrow, bring on the Legends of Tomorrow. Maybe let's even get Gotham in this somehow. I don't know how you would get Gotham in it. But hey, who knows? Maybe Gotham is on another Earth that we haven't even seen. Maybe get some of the movie characters. Have, now that the multiple Earths concept is introduced to Supergirl's world, maybe get, Supergirl going to other Superman worlds. I mean, you got Helen Slater there. You got Laura Vandervoort there. Dean Cain is also there. I mean, come on, guys. Brendan Routh is on Legends of Tomorrow. You can do it. You can. There's a lot of Supermans on these DC TV shows right now. Think about that. I should also note that the special effects are really good on this show. There's a lot of episodes where I was especially in the finale here, when Supergirl was taking that ship up into space, I thought the special effects for a TV show looked really damn good. And I thought the special effects in The Flash looked really good. I think Supergirl takes it to the next level. And so it shows that the CBS is definitely a much more broader channel when it comes to their shows. Their station is clearly a more higher rated station, so they throw more money at their TV shows, it looks like. Well, CW can be impressive sometimes. You can tell it's a different scale budget going on. So with all that being said, guys, I'm giving Supergirl an 8 out of 10. I thought the series was really enjoyable. To me, it's not as good as The Flash or Arrow or Legends of Tomorrow, but I think it's almost up there. It's definitely not geared towards me, so maybe that's why. But for the most part, even though it's not geared towards me, I still enjoyed it. I still stayed with the entire season all the way through, and I still had fun with it. And I am looking forward to the second season. I'll definitely be watching again, because I definitely like these characters. I like the stories. And I want to see more crossovers, man. I think Supergirl should cross over more often with the CW show. So let's get her on their show as well. I think that would be fair and cool. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Did you enjoy Supergirl? Did you give up somewhere along the line, or did you catch up again and want to see more of these crossovers like I do, or do you want to? Do you think Supergirl should just stand on her own? I don't know. Comment below. Tell me what you thought of the first season of Supergirl. And until next time, guys, I'm leaving it here. Take care.